Previously on Harmony and Chaos. The battle against Darkswirl continued as Rarity's use of the element of horrors on Spike backfired, as Rarity used his powers to force Spike to relive Cream's death. However, instead of filling the tiny dragon with heartache, it filled Spike with rage, once again transforming him into Omega Spike. Sonic, having taken down Omega Spike before, decided he would be the one that would take him down again. However, Sonic's bulky beast form made him easy prey for Omega Spike, as Beast Sonic was defeated easily. Just as Omega Spike was about to claim his prize and eat Sonic, an unexpected visitor would show and stop Spike's rampage. Cream made a shocking return from the dead, and upon seeing his beloved, Spike's rage had subsided, and he returned to his normal form and size. However, Cream wasn't the only one who'd returned from the dead. Elsewhere in Ponyville, a corrupted and psychotic Fluttershy began her vicious assault on her boyfriend Tails. Tails, not wanting to harm Fluttershy, allowed himself to take a violent beating at her hooves. And just as Fluttershy was about to deliver the coup de grace, a mysterious light appeared to save Tails and heal him as well. The being behind the light show was revealed to be none other than Cosmo, Tails' ex-fiancée who had sacrificed her life in the fight against the Metarex, just moments before Sonic and his friends used Chaos Control to travel to Equestria. The couple quickly rekindled their love for one another, but is Tails making a mistake? Meanwhile, in Canterlot, the battle with Darkswirl continued as an enraged Aeon, stricken with grief over Sunset Shimmer's death, took the fight to Darkswirl, allowing our heroes to devise a plan to escape to Ponyville and regroup. Upon returning to Ponyville, Shadow and Discord had devised a plan to recharge the Chaos Emeralds and to merge Alicorn magic with Shadow's power. Nightshade, however, was not in favor of this plan, as it left Aeon and Nightmare Moon to fight Darkswirl alone. Against his better judgment, Nightshade flew off to Canterlot to save his allies. Nightshade would convince Nightmare Moon to leave. However, Aeon refused and decided to stay back and help Nightshade, or so he thought. Nightshade was able to battle Darkswirl blow for blow after Aeon had healed him with the powers of his magic crystal. But just as Nightshade was about to deliver the death blow to Darkswirl, Aeon used his crystal to absorb all of Nightshade's divine powers of the Mark of Herc and his Alicorn magic, leaving Nightshade completely depleted of all his powers and at Darkswirl's mercy. Will Shadow's new Super Alicorn transformation be enough to defeat Darkswirl? The battle with Darkswirl concludes today on Harmony and Chaos. Episode 90, Equestria's New Hero.
Do you think Shadow can win this fight, Twilight?
I'm not sure, Knuckles. Shadow's power as of right now is easily the most power I've ever sensed. However, it's difficult to tell if we've seen the true extent of Darkswirl's power yet.
Darkswirl has lowballed us before when it comes to her power. That's how she was able to convince you to ultimately go along with Nightmare Moon's plan to release her from her Chaos Emerald. I think we've seen her true power, Twilight. At least I have. She put everything she had into that blast when she killed my Mirage. Shadow's power currently exceeds that. In any case, we're not safe here in Ponyville. With Shadow having our Alicorn magic, we won't be able to fight off the elements of nightmares. We need to communicate to the team to meet at my castle so we can make preparations to exile in the Crystal Empire.
I'll handle that, Your Highness. To all remaining members of our team, Princess Twilight wants us to meet her at her castle immediately for emergency evacuation. Don't waste time, guys.
Everyone with the communicator heard the message, including Nightmare AJ, who was conscious and trying to revive Nightmare Dash. Come on, Dash. Wake up. We got a score to settle with them. Dang pony. I can't tell if she's just napping or being lazy or if she's seriously that injured from the fight. Nightmare Rarity begins to stir.
Applejack, what happened? Ain't nothing good, I can tell you that. Sonic is missing, and we're separated from the rest of the girls. I'm trying to wake Rainbow Dash. She's still unconscious from Spike's blast. Nightmare Rarity stands over Nightmare Dash. Is she even alive, darling? Yeah, she's breathing. It's faint, but she's still with us. Nightmare Rarity uses her magic to telekinetically lift Rainbow Dash off the ground. She gently places her on top of Nightmare AJ's back. Oh, what are you doing, Rarity? You can carry her while we search for the rest of the team. We need to regroup and get some new direction from Sonic. Alright, I do agree with that. I know exactly where our next attack should be.
I can't do this alone, even though I am strong. Need something more than me, someone to push me to victory. Let's see what we can do together, me and you. Can't be afraid to try. Kiss your fears goodbye. No looking back. You and I were on the attack. Full speed ahead, running to the sunset. Such a different feeling. Both of us believing we can make it better. Together we can show the world what we can do. You are next to me and I'm next to you. Push me on through until the battle's won. No one's gonna give something to us. Into each other we put our trust. Standing united after the fight. All alone we will never be. The two of us are holding the key. We see today a world we couldn't see. Before I say goodbye to you, one more last fist bump.
Oh, trust me, Darkswirl. I don't intend to fail, because I'm not the only one fighting you. Though I carry their power, the princesses, Twilight, and Discord are all against you at once. And through me, we will achieve victory.
Well, your power may be stronger than mine. Let's see how well you can use it. Ah!
Dark Swirl rushes at Shadow.
Let go of me, Shadow!
Shadow holds out his hand and freezes Dark Swirl in place, using the Alicorn abilities that were given to him. You wanted to know how well I could use this power? I guess we're about to find out! Using the magic that was given to him, Super Alicorn Shadow begins throwing Dark Swirl all over the throne room. He slams her into a wall, then brings her in and punches her repeatedly in the face. Blood flies from Dark Swirl's nose and mouth. You know, I really shouldn't be toying around with you, but I'm going to relish every punch, every drop of blood you spill, and every scream of agonizing pain you let out before I finally put you down! Shadow uses his magic and forcefully drives Darkswirl face first into the floor. Super Alicorn Shadow releases Darkswirl from his magic. He kicks her in the jaw and sends her flying upwards into the air. He quickly teleports above her and drives his elbow into Darkswirl's spine, sending her smashing into the throne room floor. Darkswirl struggles to get to her feet.
You! I hate you!
Shadow teleports in front of Darkswirl.
Shadow's blast can easily be seen from Ponyville.
That blast came from Shadow. I don't sense Darkswirl's energy anymore.
She didn't even last 5 minutes!
Twilight, you're alive!
Twilight's stunned to see Spike and Sweetie Belle.
I'm alright, Spike. I'm just glad you're okay. I heard about what happened, and I'm sorry you had to go through that again. There's so much I need to tell you. Sweetie Belle's parents are dead. Oh, Sweetie Belle, I'm so sorry. We have to help her, Twilight. Sweetie Belle has nobody else to turn to right now, with Rarity being under Darkswirl's control. It's okay, Spike. I think Rarity is going to be just fine. What makes you say that?
We just sent Shadow finishing off Darkswirl. Didn't you just see the blast that just shot out of Canterlot?
Well, it's just a sweet family reunion.
Nightmare Dash is hovering in the air.
Rainbow Dash, you're alright.
Yeah, I'm cool, but it's a shame you won't be. Hurrah!
Nightmare Dash flies at Twilight.
Twilight!
Discord jumps in front of Twilight and takes a punch from Nightmare Dash. Discord is sent tumbling across the street. Discord! Princess Celestia rushes to his aid.
Oh, if only I had my magic, I would make her pay for that.
Nightmare AJ and Nightmare Rarity are now in sight. I told you you should have used your magic to restrain her. It only took Dash, 10 seconds of being conscious again to go and start trouble? Well, if you had only used that lasso of yours to tie her to your backside, this wouldn't have happened.
Oh no! Rainbow Dash's element is still corrupted!
You damn right it is! Now where's my Hedgie?
We haven't seen Sonic since we arrived here!
Twilight, if the girls are still corrupted, then that means Darkswirl is still alive! Meanwhile, back in Canterlot. Well done, Shadow! Something doesn't feel right. There's still an imbalance of magic! What are you talking about, Hedgehog? You fried Darkswirl to cinders! There's no way she survived that! Come now, Nightshade! You're an alicorn yourself! You can't sense the influx of magic! There's still evil in the air, I can feel it! I can't sense anything at the moment, considering Aeon stole all my powers and absorbed them into his crystal! What? That rat stabbed me in the back! I was attacking Darkswirl and was in the process of delivering the death blow to her when he jumped in front of my blast and absorbed it, along with all of my powers into his crystal. Look at my flank, Shadow. My cutie mark. The mark of Herc is gone. I'm not looking at your ass, Nightshade. Can you at least get up and fly yourself out of here? No, afraid not. Guess I have no choice. Shadow gives Nightshade some of his energy so he can move. I gave you a small portion of my power. You should be able to move and fly to where it is you need to go. Nightshade stands. Thank you, noble rat. This power you have given me, though minuscule, is incredibly powerful.
Die, Shadow!
Darkswirl flies with her horn out directly at Shadow's heart. Nightshade pushes Shadow out of the way and takes Darkswirl's horn to her shoulder blade.
You traitor, Nightshade! I may as well finish you!
Darkswirl's horn begins to glow as she is about to send an energy blast through her horn. Super Alicorn Shadow quickly teleports and grabs Darkswirl by her horn. He squeezes Darkswirl's horn as it shatters to pieces in his hand, saving Nightshade and breaking Darkswirl's evil magic upon the elements of harmony.
Nightmare Sonic slowly falls to the ground as he's nearing Canterlot.
What's happening to me? My head.
Sonic has returned to his normal self as Darkswirl's magic has been broken.
Darkswirl falls to the floor in agony.
Super Alicorn Shadow stands over Nightshade. Thanks for saving me again, Shadow. Why did you do it? I'm not sure, really. Call it my new Alicorn intuition. Hold still, this is going to hurt. Wait a second, you're not seriously going to... Damn it! Shadow rips Dark Swirl's broken unicorn horn out of Nightshade's shoulder.
I swear you're going to pay for this, Shadow!
Don't worry, I'll put you out of your misery for good, right after I finish healing my friend. Nightshade gives Shadow a shocked look. Friend? Super Alicorn Shadow uses his powers to heal Nightshade's wound.
Sonic arrives inside the throne room.
Perfect timing, Sonic! Help me!
I don't take orders from you anymore. You're lucky I don't have any energy left. Otherwise, I'd kill you myself for what you've done to us. It's your turn to be the hero, Shadow. Finish her now!
Consider it done, Sonic! Shadow kicks Dark Swirl so hard she goes flying several miles outside of Canterlot before hitting the ground. Shadow flies out after her. You're finished, Dark Swirl! Say goodbye, Dark Swirl!
Shadow!
Chaos!
He did it! He killed Dark Swirl! Looks like Equestria has a new hero now. Excellent work, Shadow. You look amazing, and your power's completely off the scale. Guess I owe you one, huh?
You don't owe me anything, Sonic! Releases the Chaos Emeralds from his body. I'm glad you're back, and Dark Swirl's literal nightmare is over!
I'm sorry for everything I've done. I'm not sure I can go back and face it. Thanks for putting an end to it.
It's not your fault, Sonic. Dark Swirl's magic was far too powerful for you to fight off. You and the girls are just as much the victims here as those who have died or lost loved ones in this fight.
I can't go back there, Shadow. I can't bear to see the destruction I caused. If only I had learned to control my Alicorn abilities better, none of this would have happened.
You can't run away from this, Sonic. What good would that do? Running won't take away the pain or the memories of what happened. The only way we're going to heal from this is as a team. Besides, don't you want to see Rainbow Dash again? I'm sure she's back in Ponyville worried about you.
I suppose you're right. It's time I stopped running so much, considering it did play a significant role in how I became corrupted.
Come on. Let's go back to the castle and meet up with Nightshade. I'll use Chaos Control to get us back home to Ponyville. There's much we need to discuss because there's perhaps a much bigger threat than Dark Swirl on the horizon, and we need to start preparing for it.
We never catch a break, do we? Alright, let's head out of here, Shadow.
Oh my gosh! The elements of harmony have been restored back to their original state! Shadow did it! He defeated Dark Swirl! Twilight rushes to flight and hugs Rainbow Dash in midair.
Oh no! Okay, geez, Twilight. Dashy's gotta breathe. What the hey happened, anyway?
You girls fell under Dark Swirl's control, don't you remember?
Of course I do. I'm just shocked to be back to myself so suddenly.
Shadow appears with Sonic and Nightshade. Upon seeing Shadow, Twilight rushes to him and begins smothering him with kisses.
I'm alright, Twilight.
I'm so happy you're alive, and I'm proud of you, Shadow. You not only saved our friends from Dark Swirl's evil, but you saved Equestria as well. Sonic stunned and saddened upon seeing the destruction he was partly responsible for.
I still can't believe I'm responsible for all this destruction. I'm so sorry, guys. I let all you down. I let Equestria down.
Sonic!
My sweet Dashy, it's so good to hold you again.
This isn't your fault, Hedgie.
It is though, Dash. I should have been able to fight off Darkswirl's magic. There's no excuse for what I've done.
You didn't know how to use your magic properly, Sonic. That's on me. If I would have taken more time and prioritized your training like I should have, then maybe it would have slowed Darkswirl's influence on you.
She's right, Sonic. You only just started learning how to use your alicorn abilities. You had no chance of fighting off her magic. We can't undo what has happened, but we can certainly heal, and for that we need to be grateful.
So many died last night in my hands. I hate to say this, but I should be sharing a prison cell with Sonia and Tartarus.
Stop it, Sonic. Feeling sorry for yourself isn't going to do you any good. You are nothing like Sonia. She chose on her own free will to commit the crimes she did. You, on the other hoof, were influenced by dark magic. Dark magic that corrupted the elements of harmony. You had absolutely no chance of fighting off that spell. In fact, none of us could have. Sonic shakes his head in disbelief.
You surprised me today, Shadow, and I want to thank you for your immense efforts in defending Equestria. Against all odds, you emerged victorious, with bravery and undaunted determination. If not for you, Equestria will be under Darkswirl's control. I would also like to thank you, Shadow. Back there, you saved my life and called me a friend. I'm not sure necessarily we're there yet, but you've earned my respect, and I will always be grateful. Thanks, noble rat. You're welcome, Nightshade. The truth is you've earned my respect as well. Without your help, our friends here in Ponyville would have surely met their demise at the hands of Sonic and the elements of nightmares. This is true, Nightshade, and I am legitimately happy to see you still alive after this battle. I know we've had our differences, but I would like to give friendship another try between us. I guess I'd be okay for giving it a try. You have nothing to fear from me, considering I no longer have any of my alicorn or Mark of Herc magic. Princess Celestia gasps. What? During the battle this morning, I was betrayed by Aeon while I was fighting Darkswirl. He absorbed all my powers into his magic crystal, a crystal that I foolishly restored, thinking he would use it to open a portal to Tartarus, so I could get to Sonia. So you were going to absorb the Triad of Power and become the God of Power. I was, but it wasn't for the purpose in which you're thinking it was. I intended to use that power to kill Darkswirl myself, not to save Equestria, but rather to free myself from being her slave. Regardless, there is a much bigger issue that needs to be discussed at hand, Your Majesty, and we need to start planning accordingly. I agree. We should probably discuss this matter back at my castle, considering the rest of the team is heading there as well. Indeed. Lead the way, Twilight. Ponyville Hospital, 7:30 a.m.
Manic's room. Amy and Chris are still there making sure Manic is safe. All is quiet now. The battle seems to be over.
I don't know, Chris. Do you think we should head over to Twilight's castle? Silver did call out for us to do so over the communicators.
We can't just leave Manic here. It'll be fun, you guys. Go to Twilight's and see what the plan is. You guys can always come back for me in the X-Tornado if the plan is to go into exile.
Why don't you go, Chris? I'll stay and keep watch over Manic. I still have my hammer with me, so I think we'll be alright.
Okay, I'll head over there and see what's going on. In the meantime, Amy, see what you can do about getting Manic released. Trust me, I'll have no problem trying to do that on my own, kid. Okay then, I'm gonna go head over to Twilight's now. Hit me up on the communicator if something happens, or if you need me for anything.
Got it. Be safe out there.
Gives Amy a smile before leaving the room for Twilight's castle. Elsewhere in Ponyville, Tails, Cosmo, and Cream are walking together heading over to Twilight's castle. So Sonic caused all this destruction? Unfortunately, yes, but he was under the influence of dark magic and had no control over his actions, much like Fluttershy back there. The elements of harmony were corrupted by Darkswirl's magic and were transformed into the elements of nightmares. All the element holders are emotionally and physically linked to their elements, so when the elements of harmony became corrupted, so too did their holders.
And not to worry, Tails. I found one of the elements during the battle.
What? Wait, which one, Cream?
I believe it was Sonic's element. Oh, here it is.
Cream pulls out Sonic's element of magic from her purse.
Ah, that's the element of magic, all right. And it looks like it's been restored to its normal state. Well, for the most part anyway, the only thing that's changed is the element itself. The gemstone is in the shape of Sonic's shoe.
Yeah, when I found it last night, it looked completely different and was giving off a substantial amount of evil energy. Right now, it looks more like the element I remember it being when Princess Twilight would wear it, and there's no more dark energy coming from it either.
Since when could you sense energies, Cream?
It's kind of a new skill I possess since returning to the living world.
Cream is an angel, Tails. Her powers were given to her by my people before we returned to the living realm. She's also my guardian angel, so it's kind of her job to protect me. I don't have a seed this time around, so if I die again, it will be for good. Wow, really? An angel? Well, this is an honor. Congratulations, Cream.
Thank you, but it's not official yet. Some work to do here in Equestria if I'm to remain an angel permanently. I guess you could call this my test run.
Well, what happens if you fail?
I'll be stripped of my angelic powers and return to dead, of course.
Ah!
But don't worry, I'm confident in my ability to stand my dragon.
A wounded Fluttershy lands in front of them.
Tails.
Fluttershy falls to the ground weak, but still conscious. Fluttershy! Tails rushes to her aid. Cosmo cuts him off. No, don't you remember what she did to you last night? Of course I do, but I still care about her. Tails notices her element. Her element of harmony has returned to normal, too. Tails pushes Cosmo aside and goes to Fluttershy. Fluttershy, are you okay? Tails lifts her into his arms and holds her. Fluttershy begins to cry.
I never meant to hurt you.
Cream now stands over them.
Don't worry, Fluttershy. I'll have you healed up in no time.
Cream places her hands on Fluttershy and uses her powers to heal Fluttershy's wounds. Fluttershy, after being fully healed, slowly stands back on her hooves.
Thank you, Cream. It's nice to see you again. Tails, I am so sorry. I made a mess of everything.
It's okay, Fluttershy. I promise. We'll talk about it later. Right now we're heading over to Twilight's castle for a meeting. I guess the important thing is that Dark Swirl has been defeated, considering you're back to your old self again, and your element of kindness has returned. Ugh. Fluttershy rushes Tails and embraces him tightly while crying.
So glad to hear. Please, forgive me.
Slowly breaks his embrace with Fluttershy. I already have forgiven you, Shy, but I haven't forgotten. Let's just get to Twilight's. I'm not ready to deal with what you've did to me yet. A lot has changed in the last several hours, and I need time to deal with my emotions.
I understand.
Tails, wanting to get to Twilight's quickly, decides to use his tails to slowly fly away towards Twilight's castle. Tails!
Meanwhile, Sugar Cube Corner.
Pinkie Pie crying and in pain. Manic uses Amy's communicator from the hospital. This entire sequence happens over the communicators. Double P?
Manic, where are you?
I'm in the hospital, kid.
I put you there, didn't I?
Yeah, you did, Pinkie. Pinkie, where are you located? I'll send Shadow to come and get you. We'll take care of you here at my castle.
I'm at Sugar Cube Corner. I hate to be like that. I can't move right now. What exactly happened?
Amy takes her communicator back from Manic.
Give me that. I'll take it from here. It's my fault that you're in pain right now. You had already stabbed Manic multiple times when Chris and I arrived at Sugar Cube Corner last night to check on you. And you were about to stab him again. Captain, I knocked you out with my hammer and saved Manic from you.
Shadow lands and arrives at Sugar Cube Corner. He walks into the bakery and finds Pinkie Pie in a concussed state, as she's half sitting, half lying on the floor. I found Pinkie, Twilight. She seems to be suffering from a concussion, but otherwise she should be okay.
Shall I take her to Ponyville Hospital?
No, we'll take care of Pinkie Pie here at my castle. There are multiple beings capable of healing her here.
Copy that, Twilight.
To Pinkie Pie.
Pinkie, it's me, Shadow. I'm going to pick you up and carry you to Twilight's castle, okay?
Shadow, I'm gonna be okay.
Yes, I believe he'll be all right. Come on, up you go.
Shadow lifts an injured Pinkie Pie into his arms and exits Sugar Cube Corner, flying off with Pinkie in his arms.
1 hour later, Twilight's Castle.
Cutie Map conference room. Sonic has isolated himself from the rest of the group, standing along one of the walls of the conference room. Rainbow Dash, seeing this, decides to bring him a plate of food and a glass of orange juice.
I couldn't help but notice you standing all by yourself, hubby.
I really don't have anything to say right now, Dash. I'm so humiliated and disgusted with my actions that I can't bear to face anyone at the moment.
Sonic, please stop being so hard on yourself. You had no chance of fighting off Dark Souls magic. None of us did, because we're physically attached to the elements of harmony. It's been a long night. You should probably try and eat some breakfast, Hedgie.
I'm not hungry. I can't just go on pretending like my actions didn't kill thousands of innocent lives here in Ponyville. Poor Sweetie Belle lost her parents because of me.
And you think I enjoy betraying Equestria and attacking our friends? Sonic, our friends are extremely happy that the elements of harmony have been restored, and even more so that we're safe and back to our normal selves as well. No pony is judging us.
I just want to run. Go exile myself in Hoofsdale Valley with you. How am I going to face everyone in town after this?
Running isn't going to solve anything. It's not going to fix what happened or the lives that were lost.
Twilight walks over to Sonic and Rainbow Dash. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation, and Rainbow Dash is right, Sonic. We're going to fix this.
How, Twilight? How do you fix me killing thousands of innocent lives?
Shadow is going to release all the magic that was given to him by myself, Princesses Celestia and Luna, and Discord. Once that happens, Discord will use his magic to completely restore Ponyville back to the way it was before the attack.
You can't just magically bring back Ponyville back and not think there's any mental or emotional damages left over. Magic can't fix everything, Twilight. Magic can't bring back those that were killed when my power exploded.
That's where you're wrong, Sonic. Discord has the power to bring back all those who were killed, and Princess Celestia has already given Discord permission to do so.
That's awesome. See, hubby, everything is going to be fixed. But typically Princess Celestia would never allow something like this to happen. So why the exception this time around?
Princess Celestia has ruled that the destruction of Ponyville and the loss of lives was caused unfairly, and that it never would have happened under normal pretenses. In other words, had Dark Soul not corrupted your minds, then those who died would still be alive.
Regardless, I don't ever want something like this to happen again. If anything, this fight with Dark Soul has proven that I don't have what it takes to harness the powers of the element of magic, Twilight. I can't run the risk of being corrupted like that again, and not having control over myself. I want to officially give up my duties of being the element of magic back to you.
Sonic!
I'm sorry, Sonic, but I can't. Even if I wanted to, it's not possible because I gave up my powers of harnessing the element of magic back to the Tree of Harmony to prevent me from falling under Dark Soul's control.
Well, can you get your powers back from the tree?
I'm not sure how that works, Sonic. That's a discussion I'll have to have with Princess Celestia, but in the meantime, I still need you to harness the element of magic in my stead until after my baby is born. I don't have the energy to fight any longer, and I'm past the halfway point of the pregnancy, and I don't want to put the baby at risk. Please, it's only for a few more months.
Alright, I'll stick this out until your baby is born, but after that, Twilight, I don't want to have anything to do with magic that I can't control.
Tails, Fluttershy, Cosmo, and Cream enter the room. The room goes completely quiet as they are shocked to see Cream and Cosmo.
Hey, buddy. It's wonderful to see all of you again.
Cream? Cosmo? How did you guys...
Come back to life? I promise, we'll explain everything after this meeting concludes. Cream walks over to Twilight.
I believe I have something that belongs to you, Princess Twilight.
Cream gives the element of magic to Twilight.
The element of magic?
has completely changed, just as I suspected it would. Sonic, you were meant to have this responsibility and be the leader of the Elements of Harmony.
Look, I'll admit it's cool that the Tree of Harmony changed the gemstone and identifies me as the element of magic, but I'm serious when I say I don't want this responsibility forever. How can I lead a team with magic that I have no clue how to utilize properly?
We can discuss this matter later after the meeting concludes. Spike walks over to them with Sweetie Belle. This was the other thing I was trying to tell you about earlier, Twilight. That Cream was back and that she's Cosmo's guardian angel. Yes, Cream and I have much to explain to all of you. It's finally nice to meet you, Spike. I've heard so many wonderful things about you from Cream. Spike, blushing. Spike truly is an incredible dragon. That's why I love him so much. He's really all I have left. I'm sorry. Sweetie Belle walks away crying. Sweetie Belle!
Okay, Spike. I know it's bothering Sweetie Belle. I'll go and have a girl talk with her.
Cream follows Sweetie Belle.
Sweetie Belle, wait a second.
Sweetie Belle stops and faces Cream. Cream, I'm glad you're back and all, but if you think I'm gonna just step aside and let you...
Sweetie Belle, I can assure you that I have no intention of reclaiming my love with Spike. I couldn't even if I wanted to.
You mean you don't love him anymore?
That's not it. The truth is, I love Spike with all my heart. But my stay here is only temporary.
Why though?
I'm technically a divine being, to put it mildly. I'm an angel. I was brought back to this realm to serve as Cosmo's guardian angel, and in addition, I also have other responsibilities that I must attend to on other planets. One of my other duties here in particular is to get Spike to let me go.
Really? So you need to get Spike to fall out of love with you?
Maybe not like that, but Spike needs to let go of all the guilt, hatred, and pain he feels over my death. And has to accept moving on with his life without me being a permanent part of it. He needs to make peace with what happened to me. I can't keep coming here to save him from himself. My death is what caused Spike to transform into that... Well, I don't want to call him anything he doesn't deserve, but you get it, right?
Yeah, I do.
I need him to get to emotionally accept what happened to me and that we can't be together, so he doesn't transform into that version of himself ever again. It's something I have to achieve if I plan on staying an angel permanently.
Okay, but how do you plan on getting Spike to fall out of love with you?
It's not about getting Spike to fall out of love with me. It's about getting him to emotionally move on with you. Even visiting him from time to time, it's forbidden for an angel to be in love. That's why it's important for me to get him past my death. I can't leave him again to fulfill my other duties in fear that when I depart, I'll transform into what my looks like.
Princess Celestia steps forward into the center of the room. Good morning, everyone. I want to start off by stating how grateful I am to see all of you here today. Darkswirl's reign, though short, was easily the greatest threat Equestria has ever faced. She corrupted my sister Luna and brought back Nightmare Moon, and poisoned the minds of our heroes with her evil magic when she corrupted the elements of harmony, turning them into the elements of nightmares. Thankfully, the heroes who remained fought a brave battle last night, both here in Ponyville and in Canterlot, but there was one individual in particular who broke through his own limitations and refused to give up, with death being his only surrender. I personally want to thank Shadow the Hedgehog for giving everything he had in defeating Darkswirl. His sheer determination and tenacity saved Equestria and all those who fell victim to Darkswirl's evil. These victims include all those who died, lost loved ones, or fell under her control and became her slaves. Thank you, Shadow, for stepping up and successfully defending Equestria. Everyone applauds Shadow. All I'm going to say is that it's great to be in the same room with all of you again, and to be with my friends again. It was a moment when I didn't think we would have a gathering like this. We're not just friends, guys. I'm proud to say I consider all of you family, and when it comes down to that, I'm willing to lay my life down for it. In the wake of Darkswirl's deadly attack...
I'm sorry for interrupting you, Your Majesty, but it wasn't just Darkswirl who attacked. It was me as well. I'm just as much to blame for this happening as she was. I know it was an evil spell or dark magic placed on the elements that led me and the girls to fall victim to her. But still, to me, there is no excuse for the part I played in all of this. I just want to extend my most sincere apologies for not being able to possess the magic necessary to prevent this destruction in the first place.
You are certainly not to blame, Sonic. Even with my magical abilities, I was unable to fight off Darkswirl's incredible dark magic, and once again fell under her control by becoming Nightmare Moon. It's like I told you earlier, Sonic. None of us could have fought off that spell. That's why I had to relinquish my powers of yielding the element of magic to the Tree of Harmony. It was the only way I could prevent from becoming her slave as well. I understand your frustration, Sonic. On a normal day, you would have been the hero today, rather than being one of the villains that needed to be beaten. Fortunately, Sonic, you and the girls have proven yourselves time and time again, and the actions which you six displayed were not of your own doing. The destruction and loss of lives caused by you six never would have happened had Darkswirl not poisoned your minds. It's because of these circumstances I have made the decision for magic to be used to restore everything back to the way it was prior to last night, which includes the resurrection of every pony who died here in Ponyville last evening. So my parents are going to be brought back to life? Yes. Discord should be able to bring back every pony. The only exception would be those whose physical bodies were completely destroyed in the battle. So Sunset can't be resurrected? I'm afraid not, Twilight. Nor will Celestia, thankfully. Then there's the question of Darkswirl. Shadow, when you defeated her, there's nothing left of Darkswirl, Your Majesty. My final attack completely erased her from existence. So Discord is safe to perform whatever magical spell he needs to restore the lives lost here, and in Canterlot. Very well, we will begin immediately. With Princess Celestia uttering those words, the rebuilding and resurrection process began. Shadow started the process by relinquishing the magic that had been given to him back to their rightful owners. Not wasting any time, Discord recited a magic spell, and with one snap of his claws, Ponyville was rebuilt, and the streets began to fill with life again, as all the ponies who had lost their lives the night prior indeed had been resurrected.
Wow, so just like that, poof, all the destruction and death that was responsible for is just magically erased and fixed? I mean, I'm grateful and all, but that doesn't take away the memories of what I did, or what I allowed myself to become. Again, I don't want to have anything to do with the element of magic. I want to rely on my own abilities and power and not have to worry about me being corrupted.
Sonic, the elements of harmony are essential to keeping Equestria safe. I am physically incapable of yielding that power at the moment. This pregnancy is beginning to take its toll on my body, and I can't summon the strength to fight right now. You saw the element of magic earlier. It identifies you as being its holder.
Yeah, but I don't have control over my magical abilities yet, Twilight, and I refuse to allow myself to fall under another spell like that again. I was completely powerless and couldn't stop it.
That is enough, Sonic. Like it or not, I agree with Twilight in this instance. The elements of harmony need a leader in Twilight's absence if we are to keep Equestria safe. She put her faith in you a few months back because you have proven yourself to be a fantastic leader and a selfless hero, Sonic. In addition, you have alicorn magic flowing through your veins, thus allowing you the ability to use the element of magic.
We need you, Sonic. Equestria needs you.
With your power, Shadow, what does Equestria need me for?
The powers I had this morning are gone, Sonic. They were borrowed and were a result of me absorbing the princess's alicorn magic and Discord's magic combined with the powers of all 7 Chaos Emeralds. I gave that power back, so it cannot be relied on like yours can. Equestria now faces a new threat, and you are needed more than ever, Sonic.
You already know fully the situation at hand, and you yielding the element of magic may play a vital role in the outcome of what lies ahead.
I can handle Aeon without using the element of magic, Shadow. I already proven it.
That was before he absorbed Nightshade's powers into his crystal. Nightshade admitted that he indeed was working with Aeon and restored his crystal, so Aeon would open the portal to Tartarus, so he could absorb Sonia's share of the Triad of Power. But Aeon obviously has his own agenda, just like Sonia promised. We need to release Sonia from Tartarus, Your Majesty. She's nothing more than a sitting duck, and we cannot allow Aeon to absorb her powers.
I'm not sure I can allow Sonia to go free. She alone is a threat, and has proven she can't be trusted, while Aeon did fight alongside of us against Darkswirl.
He didn't fight Dark Swirl for the good of Equestria, Celestia. He fought her to eliminate a threat, and now Aeon seeks revenge upon all of you for his beloved Sunset Shimmer's death. Believe me, Aeon is a threat that must be taken seriously. The Noble Rat makes a valid point about releasing Sonia from Tartarus. At least they would be able to protect her from Aeon if you were to attempt to steal her powers.
While you do make a valid point, Nightshade, history has shown that we have no control over Sonia the Hedgehog. We've tried to give her multiple chances at change, and every time she has stabbed us in the back. Do I need to remind all of you what she did the last time? Thus, the reason she's in Tartarus. You remember it well, Nightshade.
Don't remind me.
Look, I have no right judging my sister given the recent events of what happened to me, but releasing her is not a good idea. She'll no doubt go after Aeon and attempt to obtain the Trident of Power for herself. I do think we should go down there and check in on her and perhaps upgrade the guard in Tartarus. Cerberus alone will not be enough to prevent Aeon from absorbing Sonia's powers.
I think checking in on her is a great idea. Even better, if keeping Sonia's powers safe is the goal here, what better way to keep them safe than by having Discord absorb her powers?
Unfortunately, that won't be a possibility, Twilight. Only those who bear the mark of Herc can absorb the powers of the other marks of Herc. You can't just go around absorbing divine powers like you would magic. Then how is it possible that Aeon's crystals can do such a thing? Discord shrugs his shoulders. How am I supposed to know that? You had Aeon around this castle for a while, and you never thought to ask him about it. Enough bickering, you two. I'll open up the portal to Tartarus so we can check on Sonia. I'll come with you, Tia. I always enjoy my visits with my favorite dog in Equestria. We'll be back in a few minutes. Princess Celestia opens the portal to Tartarus. Both her and Discord enter the portal. Meanwhile, inside Tartarus. Cerberus! Princess Celestia in shock to see Cerberus knocked unconscious. His key is missing. Why, of course it is, you twit. Shut it, Tirek. We don't have time for your mouth right now. Notices Sonia. Tia, look, it's Sonia. Oh no, we're too late. Aeon has already absorbed her powers. They rush over to Sonia. She's alive, but really weak. Yes, I was quite envious of that rat who got to absorb her delicious-looking powers. I will admit Sonia did put up a fight, however. This Aeon in which you speak of exploded with powers I have never seen before. I would have loved to have a taste of him as well. His power would have done wonders for me. What do you say, Discord? Let me free. I promise I won't betray you this time. Ignore him, Discord. It's rather hard to do that since he's so annoying. Sonia begins to open her eyes. That's it, Sonia. You're okay. He absorbed my powers. I tried to fight him, but he was far too powerful this time. I'm sorry we failed you, Sonia. We tried to get here before Aeon could, but we had other matters to deal with in Equestria first. Sonia is able to sit up, breathing heavily as she regains some stamina. How did Aeon get so powerful? He was nowhere near this level of power the last time I fought him. You fought bravely, Lady Sonia. Thanks, Tirek. I still can't believe that bastard stole my powers. I thought my brother destroyed Aeon's crystal. He did, but Aeon and Nightshade formed a partnership. To make a long story short, Nightshade used magic to restore Aeon's crystal, so Aeon could open the portal here, so Nightshade could absorb your powers to defeat Dark Swirl. But Aeon, being the rat that he is, betrayed Nightshade first and stole his powers. That explains why Aeon was able to beat me. He had already absorbed Nightshade's powers. I swear, when I get my hands on Aeon... Sweetheart, you've lost all your powers. You wouldn't be able to harm a fruit fly at this point. This is not a joking matter, Discord. Princess Celestia using her magic to reopen the portal back to Equestria. Aeon has absorbed 2/3 of the Triad of Power. If he absorbs Prince William's powers, it will be the end of us all. Discord, use your magic to heal Cerberus. Sonia, since you're no longer a threat to Equestria, without your powers, I'll give you one last chance to redeem yourself. Hey now, that's not fair! Why does Sonia get to go free, and I must remain here to rot with Cerberus?
Because I don't loathe Sonia like I do you, Tyrek. To me, Tartarus deserves you. We're leaving, now. Princess Celestia, Discord, and Sonia enter the portal back to Equestria.
No! I promise you one day, Celestia, I will once again be free from this hell, and when that day comes, I will enjoy every succulent scrap of revenge that I will exact upon you!
Meanwhile, back at Twilight's castle.
Princess Celestia, Discord, and Sonia have returned from Tartarus.
Sonia!
Hey, Sonic. It's good to see you again.
The situation is far worse than we could have imagined. Aeon has already absorbed Sonia's powers as well.
If he's already absorbed Nightshade and Sonia's powers, then that means all he has left is Prince William's power, and then the Triad of Power would be complete.
I am aware of this, Twilight. Discord and I will take a flying chariot over to Europony as soon as we get back to Canterlot. I don't think Aeon would be foolish enough to attack Prince William without a plan.
That would depend on if Prince William was able to learn how to control that power of his. Oh, I can assure you, Shadow, that Prince William will be fine.
I trained the boy well when he and Starlight visited me at my castle. Even with mine and Sonia's powers, Aeon will have his hands full. Not to mention Aeon is completely clueless on how to use divine alicorn magic, so there's a chance the fool may destroy himself if he ever tried to use it in battle. So, in other words, there may still be time to formulate a plan then. Yes, and there's no reason for you to go to Europony. I'll go and warn Prince William. It's been a while since I paid my relative a visit, and I wouldn't mind seeing Starlight glimmer again. Sonia walks up to Nightshade and slaps him across the face. Ow! What the hell did you do that for, Sonia?
For being a complete idiot! My brother and Shadow should have just allowed me to kill you. If they had, we wouldn't be in this predicament at the moment. I warned you about Aeon, didn't I? I warned all of you about him. But no, don't trust Sonia. She's the real bad guy here.
For what it's worth, you are right. And I'm sorry, Sonia.
But you've been locked away in Tartarus the past several months, and haven't been aware of the circumstances that have been taking place here in Equestria, as it pertained to Dark Swirl.
Wait, are we talking about the Chaos Demigod of Nightmares?
Yeah, I thought I could beat her, so I agreed to a plan that released her from her Chaos Emerald. Shadow just defeated her a few hours ago. That's when we found out about Aeon's plan. He betrayed Nightshade during the fight with Dark Swirl.
Wow, Shadow, I always knew you were special. By taking down a Chaos Demigod, put you at a whole different level.
Yes, but I was given that power by the princesses, Twilight, and Discord. It was borrowed power combined with my own, and all 7 of the Chaos Emeralds. I'm not capable of reaching that again at the moment.
That's not true, Shadow. Even though you've given all of us our magic back, your body absorbed part of our magic into your being, so you'll always be capable of using magic and reaching the level you did this morning.
It's true, Shadow. When I absorbed Princess Celestia's, Princess Luna's, and Princess Cadence's powers in the fight with Lord Tyrek, the immense power I gained stayed with me, even after giving them their magic back. I guess you could say that you're part Alicorn now, Shadow.
So are you saying that new super form I took this morning is going to be permanent?
Yeah, it should be. At least I think so. What should we call that new form of Shadows?
I think we can worry about that later, Your Highness. So what is the plan moving forward with Aeon? He absorbed Nightshade and Sonia's powers, and we never once felt his energy.
That's because his energy was hidden both times. He was able to attack without bringing forth any suspicion. He absorbed my powers while I was fighting Dark Swirl, making it look like it was part of the battle. And with Sonia, we didn't sense it because he absorbed her powers in the realm of Tartarus. He will not be able to attack Prince William without putting out a significant amount of power. Even with 2/3 of the Triad of Power, Aeon knows he's no match for Shadow. He will not haphazardly run the risk of having Shadow sense him.
What exactly are you suggesting here, Nightshade?
Aeon isn't going to attack Prince William anytime soon, and he most certainly won't attack with brute force either, because he can't run the risk of Shadow sensing him. If he's going to successfully pull this off, he's going to do it secretly without any pony knowing he did it, just like he did with me and Sonia.
That's the question is, how do we find him?
Simply put, we don't until he decides to show himself.
Which means after he absorbs the Triad of Power and becomes the God of Power.
Well, what if Nux and I consult the Master Emerald like we did when Sonia stole Nightshade's statue to locate them? No offense, Sonia.
None taken.
Actually, that's a great idea, AJ. We'll consult the Master Emerald the moment we return to Sweet Apple Acres.
Yeah, assuming I can still call Sweet Apple Acres home after what I did to y'all.
Applejack, they're your family, and they love you. Of course, Sweet Apple Acres is your home.
I just worried they ain't gonna forgive me, Nux. What did I do to Big Mac? The way I talked to Granny? And I was gonna smash poor little Apple Bloom's skull if she didn't tell me where you were.
None of that was really you. I mean, I've already forgiven you because I love you, and I'm happy to have you back. You'll see the rest of your family will be too.
Totally spot on, Applejack. I usually anything forgives me for what I did.
Alright, I believe this concludes our meeting for today. I think it's best if we all emotionally heal our wounds with our loved ones. Please, if any pony needs to send a friendship letter to me, I will try and help with any turmoil the fight with Darkswirl may have caused with your families and loved ones.
Nightshade, are you sure you want to be the pony who goes and warns Prince William of a potential attack from Aeon? Absolutely, Celestia. You have your hooves full here in Equestria in the wake of Darkswirl. Besides, I have some loose ends in Europony I need to tie up. I don't intend on returning to my castle, considering it's not the same without Mr. Fidget. I understand. Thank you for doing this for us, Nightshade. You seem to be attempting to turn over a new leaf. Or an old one if you're so inclined. Let's just say, due to current circumstances, and what we just went through, and losing my dear friend, I've been humbled, to say the least. That, and a certain princess of friendship, has gotten me to reevaluate my life in general. I'll be back soon with a status report. Nightshade opens his wings, about to fly away. Nightshade, wait. Yes, Princess Luna. Princess Luna, blushing. If you don't mind, could I accompany you on your trip? Luna! Does some princess have a crush? Silence, Discord. I don't have a crush. I simply want to, keep Nightshade company. Yes, keep him company on his long trip. Nightshade gives a somewhat deviant, flirty smile. You know, I guess you do make a great point. It would be nice to get to know the Princess Luna side of Nightmare Moon, and no doubt you would make intriguing company. Princess Celestia's jaw has dropped in shock. I don't know. Do you need to ask your mother for permission first? You know, I do have a reputation of being quite a charming scoundrel. Don't give me that look, Lulu. Nightshade is hardly charming, but a scoundrel he certainly is. However, if you would like to accompany him on his trip, who am I to stop you? Are you sure you won't need me for anything? No, I believe we should be fine. It's been a long 36 hours, and I could honestly use the rest today. Enjoy your trip with Nightshade, Luna. I look forward to hearing about it when you return. As for Discord and I, we bid you all adieu. Princess Celestia and Discord teleport back to Canterlot. Are you ready, Princess Luna? Luna, blushing. Of course. Let's see if you can keep up with me. Oh, please. I'm the one who still has my alicorn magic here. You'll have a hard time keeping pace with me. Ha 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 ha. You have a sense of humor, but I can't argue the truth in that statement. Noble rat extends hoof to Shadow. You've earned my respect. Earlier you called me a friend. I'd like to see if indeed we have that capability. Shadow shakes Nightshade's hoof. It would be nice, and my honor to try. You've earned my respect as well. Have safe travels, you two. After you, milady, since you are the one with magic here. Nightshade attempts to open the doors for Princess Luna, but she uses her magic to open it herself. She gives a devious little smile to him as she walks past him out the door. Nightshade returns the smile, then looks back at the rest of our heroes. Ah, an interesting trip indeed. Princess Luna and Nightshade leave.
I can't believe I'm seeing you again, Cream. I'm speechless, honestly. I'm so happy you're back.
Good to be back as well. Plus, I have a lot to explain to you all. You see, after I died, I met up with Aunt and after her. She told me that she was going to return to the living and requested that I become the guardian angel. To make a long story short, I agreed.
What you're saying is that you're an actual angel?
Yep, my stay here won't be permanent as I'll have other angelic duties to fulfill. But I will continue to visit from time to time, and basically, we'll see all of you again.
So I'll assume the seed you gave me before sacrificing yourself to take out the Medrex is what's responsible for bringing you back to life.
Yes, it was, Sonic. That seed had my current life force, my genetic makeup, everything that made me me in it. All that had to be done was for someone to plant my seed, and my resurrection would begin.
Wow, that is truly amazing. Being resurrected from a seed? Sonic told us about some of your race's powers, and how they're somewhat like guardians of peace for the universe.
Sorry to interrupt, but do you mind walking me home, Tails? I would like to have a talk with you. Sure, we definitely need to talk, don't we? Well, I'll be back, Cosmo. I need to take Fluttershy home.
It's alright, go ahead. I know you two have much to discuss about your future. I'll wait for you here, okay?
Yeah, and then we'll try and figure out stuff from there. I'll be back soon.
Tails and Fluttershy leave. Hold on, so now Tails is back with you?
I'm not sure. He said he needs some time to think things over.
That's not fair. I mean, you come back and he throws Fluttershy away like she means nothing?
It's not that simple, Twilight. Fluttershy, while she was under Dark Soul's control, offered to kill Tails when I was giving out individual missions to give the girls last nights.
Tails was in bad shape. If I hadn't come back to this realm when I did, she would have killed him for sure. The brutality she inflicted on poor Tails. Fluttershy?
Don't act so surprised, Twilight. You have absolutely no idea of the evil that filled us thanks to the elements of nightmares. I know for me I was screaming for help on the inside as I was powerless to fight off the evil urges that magic made my body carry out. Fluttershy became a savage killing machine. We all did.
I'm so sorry you guys had to go through that.
Now do you understand why I don't want to have anything to do with the elements of harmony anymore? I don't ever want to go through being corrupted like that again.
I understand, Sonic, but you're the only one who can lead the elements of harmony in my place. You saw the element of magic. The gemstone is completely changed and only identifies you as its rightful holder. And with Aeon now becoming a major threat, Equestria needs you more than ever.
I don't understand what you need me for. Shadow's new power exceeds anything I've ever been able to muster. Even my harmonic form doesn't come close to Shadow.
Yes, but if Aeon is successful in absorbing the Triad of Power, then he will ascend to becoming the God of Power, in which case Shadow's power wouldn't be enough to defeat him. We would probably have to use the Harmony Chaos Cannon, and you would be the only being alive capable of using it, Sonic.
I hope it doesn't have to come to that, because right now, my confidence is completely shaken and I'm still horrified of what I did, no matter if magic fixes it all or not.
Look, after everything we just went through with Dark Swirl, I think it's best if we all got some rest and enjoyed a brief moment of peace. There's a new threat on the horizon, and we must regain our focus and gain positive thoughts before dealing with it.
I promise you, Twilight, the moment I sense him, I'll see to it he never becomes the God of Power.
Perhaps it would be a wise idea to leave the Chaos Emeralds here with you guys. This way, if Aeon does show himself, you'll have quick and easy access to them.
No, unfortunately we have a house guest that we can't trust. Isn't that right, Sonia? She no longer has her powers, so she won't be able to use telekinesis to steal them from the Master Emerald Temple. And besides, the emeralds need to be properly charged after being overused recently. If I need them, I can easily teleport over to you at Sweet Apple Acres and retrieve them.
Sonia gives Shadow a dirty look and turns away from him.
I understand. Come on, AJ, let's go home. We have work to do.
I reckon this is goodbye for now, y'all. Sonic, I don't blame you, Sugar Cube, for what happened to us, and neither should you. Don't be so hard on yourself, and just get some rest and reconnect with Dash. You hear?
That means a lot to me, Applejack. Thanks.
Applejack embraces Sonic.
I got my own mess to fix at Sweet Apple Acres. Anyway, take care, y'all.
Knuckles and Applejack leave with the 7 Chaos Emeralds. Rarity walks over to Spike, Sweetie Belle, and Cream.
Cream, darling, it's so wonderful to see you again.
Likewise, Rarity.
So, since you're back, would you mind coming back to work for me again? I know you have your hands full being an angel and all, but your powers would certainly come in handy.
Seriously, Rarity?
Fine, Spike. Honestly, I may take you up on that offer. I did enjoy working for you, and I might need to do to take my mind off things while I am here. But just remember, any time here is going to be sporadic and temporary, so I'll have other duties to fulfill.
Seriously? You'd come back to work for me? I was only joking, but if you're being serious, I'd be honored to have you again.
Sure, I'd love to help, and you won't even have to pay me this time.
Oh, how wonderful, darling! Please, come see me at the boutique when you get a chance. It looks a bit different from what you're used to, but...
Hey, Rarity, you recruited Cream back. Now can you leave? I'm not really in the mood to hear your voice at the moment.
Couldn't agree more.
Well, don't you want me to walk you home, darling?
No. Thanks for that honor. Speaking of which, I'm ready to go if you are, Spike.
Of course. Let's go. I know you probably can't wait to see your parents. Cream, will I see you when I get back?
Yeah, I mean, this was my home after all, and I like it here. And there are some things we need to talk about, too.
Okay, I'll see you when I get back then.
Bye, guys.
Spike and Sweetie Belle leave.
I don't know what to do, Cream. They both hate me at the moment.
Give it some time. Your biggest problem in life, Rarity, is that you always rush into things without thinking about the consequences. Sweetie Belle will come around once happiness has been completely restored to her life. And as for Spike, I don't think you two will ever get back to the friendship you once had.
Well, I better get going myself. I'm sure Kappa is worried sick about me.
Rarity, wait up, please. Silver and Blaze walk up to Rarity.
Yes, Silver?
Look, I want to apologize for everything that's happened between us lately. I feel horrible for hurting you last night.
Don't say another word. You were defending yourself, so I forgive you. And as far as the rest of our relationship goes, that's also my fault, darling. Clearly you found love with Blaze, and I'm happy for you. I just wish you would have told me about her before you and I fell in love.
It's partially my fault too, because I was never honest and too shy to tell Silver how I felt about him before he came here. We weren't together when he arrived here, which is why he probably didn't mention me. Back with Sandash, Shadtwai, and Sonia.
So what are the plans for the living arrangements with Sonia?
We can't take her in. We already have Blaze and Silver as permanent house guests, so we're kind of booked at Hotel de Dashi. And she's already burned bridges with me, so...
Sonia with her arms still crossed.
That's fine. I don't want to live with you guys anyway. The way you two love all over each other is sickening, and I've lost my power, so I can't fly up to your house. Personally, I'd love to live with Manic and Pinkie Pie again. Pinkie is one hell of a baker and cook.
Not gonna happen, I'm afraid. I'm putting you on official castle arrest, Sonia.
What?
Yeah, you can't do that. I mean, you probably could, but really? You can't keep control over me like that.
Twilight uses her magic and shoots Sonia in the ankle with a small beam of magic.
What did you do that for?
I shot a small portion of magic into your ankle, and now I'm magically putting an invisible force field of magic surrounding my castle. Should you attempt to leave my property, you'll get zapped with electricity.
You're sick. This is like being imprisoned.
This is rather harsh, Twilight.
I'm sorry. Would you rather go back to Tartarus and rot in a 10 by 10 prison cell next to T-Rex, Sonia? You've proven you can't be trusted, and as far as I'm concerned, you should still be serving your prison sentence of 2 years. The choice is yours, Sonia. What'll it be? Fine. I'll play by your stupid rules, Your Highness. A palatial prison is far better than that crap hole known as Tartarus. You've made the right choice. As far as I'm concerned, you're lucky because I'm the only one who's willing to put up with your nonsense. And remember, Shadow is off limits.
All right, let's calm down and get some much-needed rest.
Meanwhile, Ponyville Hospital, 12:30 p.m.
Manic's room. Oh, apparently magic was used in healing you, just like it was for everybody else in this hospital. So I see no reason in keeping you here, Manic. You are fully healed with no complications from the magic. You are free to go whenever you like. Thanks, Dr. Horse. That's the best news I've heard all day. So, Amy, who or what do you think is responsible for healing everyone?
Who knows? Maybe Chris will have an answer for us when he comes back. There must be some kind of meeting they're having. It's after 12:30.
Sure, Chris will be back soon.
So what are your plans? I mean, are you planning on going back to Sugar Cube Corner?
I'd like to try, kid. I love Pinky with all my heart, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to look at her the same, you know?
Well, if you need a place to crash for a while, Chris and I have an extra bedroom, so you're welcome to stay with us.
Guess we'll see how it plays out, Ames. But thanks for the offer. Chris returns. Hey, guys. Sorry it took so long. Pinkie Pie enters behind Chris. Double P? Pinkie Pie has a tear streaming down her face. She rushes over to Manic and embraces him.
I'm so sorry I hurt you, Manic. I know I never would have done that.
I know, and I forgive you, but Pinky, I'm not sure if things will ever be the same between us again. I can't look at you the same way right now, kid.
Babe, that was to me last night. You know the real me would never have those things to you.
You did, Pinky. Like it or not, it was you physically who tied me to a chair and stabbed me. I can't erase the sight of it from my head. It's all I've thought about since last night. If it wasn't for Amy and Chris showing up to save me when they did, I really think you would have killed me.
I'm sorry I had to attack you with my hammer, Pinky. But you were on a psychotic rampage and had to be put down. It's okay, Pinky sister. I understand why you had to do it, and I want to thank you for saving Manic. He is my angel, and it hurts knowing I hurt him like I did.
Look, this isn't going to be an easy process, Pinky. And I've got a big album release party in a few weeks that I need to focus on at the moment. I think it's best if I take Amy up on her offer and stay with her and Chris for a while until I'm at least mentally ready to be around you again. I'm sorry, but I think it's best if we take a break, Pinkie Pie. Anyway, I've been released, so I'm out of here. Manic quickly exits the room and leaves the hospital.
I love you, Manic, and I'm sorry. Wow, that was kind of cold. It was definitely shades of the old Manic. I'm sorry things turned out this way, Pinky. Manic has been through worse in his life before. Hopefully, after a few days, he'll be ready to deal with what happened to him.
Meanwhile, Ponyville. Tails taking Fluttershy home.
I have to admit, Discord's magic definitely did the trick. It's like last night never happened. Yeah, but there's still the memories of what we did, of what I did to you. Tails, you know the real me would never be capable of hurting you the way I did last night. I'm just so scared that I've lost you, Tails. And I'm sorry. I really don't know where my emotions are right now, Fluttershy. It's not even the fact of you physically hurting me last night. It's some of the things that you said that really hurt me. I find it hard, evil spell or not, that you couldn't find an ounce of love inside you for me to fight it. But that's besides the point. What's mixing up my emotions is having Cosmo come back to life. I understand your shock over it, because I'm just as shocked as you. But am I easily so replaced? After what we've shared over this past year? You have no right to using that logic with me! Last night I was begging for you to remember what we shared together as you were beating me into a bloody pulp, and it fell on deaf ears. The fact of the matter is, Shy, is that Cosmo is my fiancé. Had she not sacrificed herself against the Metarex, she and I would have come to this world together, and you and I would have never happened. I can't ignore that fact. I'm sorry, Fluttershy. I do care about you and I still love you. But after last night, I don't think you and I can be together. Oh, I see. I was only good enough for you until she came back. We had a life together, Tails, and again, I'm sorry I couldn't fight off Dark Swirl's magic. But in the end, I guess that part of it doesn't really matter, does it? Unfortunately not, I'm afraid. Why don't you go back to Twilight's castle? I don't need you to pity walk me home. Fluttershy. I was fine being alone before you came to this world, and I'll be fine without you.
Fluttershy flies off away from Tails. Meanwhile, the Cloud Dominium.
Again, I want to apologize for hurting you guys.
Sonic, please stop apologizing. You were under the influence of evil magic. It's completely fine.
Yeah, you and Rainbow Dash both. I'm just glad everything worked out for the best. Although it does sound like we're going to have some trouble in the not-too-distant future.
You must be talking about Aeon. Yet another mistake I made. I should have killed him when I had the chance.
Sonic, you're a hero, not a cold-blooded murderer. You did the right thing by destroying his magic crystal and letting him live. Nightshade is the one who restored his crystal, making Aeon a serious threat.
Seriously, Hedgie, you need to stop being so hard on yourself, and more so blaming yourself for every little thing that goes wrong. Remember in that moment you chose to let Aeon live. You passed Twilight's test of forgiveness. Had you killed Aeon in cold blood, she would have stripped you of the element of magic right then and there.
That probably would have been for the better too, if you ask me.
What has happened to you, Sonic? You used to be cocky and confident, and now you second-guess yourself on everything. You act like you never made mistakes in the past.
That's because mistakes didn't cost so much when I was dealing with an idiot like Eggman. Here you make one mistake, you die, get revived by the Chaos Emeralds, only to get corrupted by a Chaos Demigod because you harness a magical gemstone that gets corrupted by evil magic, leading to the deaths of thousands of innocent lives and the near destruction of Equestria.
But thankfully that last part didn't happen, and Discord fixed it all with his magic. You have to clear your head, Sonic. Like it or not, you're still the element of magic, and Equestria is counting on you to protect it. You know as well as I do that the element of magic will betray you if you keep on this way.
I should have learned how to control my magical abilities first before being rushed into yielding the element of magic.
Look, you really didn't have any other choice, Sonic. And needed you to step in for her. She gave that honor to you because she believed in you, and you're pure of heart. What happened to us and the rest of the team is not your fault, so please stop blaming yourself for it.
You're right. I have put a lot of pressure and blame on myself, but I've never truly failed to screw it up as badly as I have lately. Like I said, dealing with bumbling Egghead is one thing, but a mistake with magic can cost us everything, and I don't want to be the reason Equestria falls.
That just means you have to practice and train more using your magical abilities. Personally, I think it's totally awesome that you are capable of it, because if I were in your shoes, hubby, I'd be practicing every day to be the most skilled magic-yielding pony in Equestria.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me, Dash. Anyways, are you ready to head out to Hoofsdale Valley?
Yeah, I'll head off to Tall Tale tomorrow morning to join up with my team for the game tomorrow night. See you guys. And as usual.
I know. Feed Tank and make ourselves at home.
I have to say it, especially after what we just went through. I want you two to know you're welcome to stay here as long as you need to until you find a place of your own.
You don't have to remind us, Rainbow Dash. We know where we stand as far as our friendship goes. Rainbow Dash smiles.
Cool. Well, alright then, Hedgie. Let's get out of here.
Lead the way, Dashy.
Sonic opens the front door for Rainbow Dash. She exits, then flies off towards Hoofsdale Valley. Sonic exits, closes the front door behind him, then flies off behind her.
Meanwhile, the Master Emerald Temple, Sweet Apple Acres.
So, what did you find out about the Master Emerald, Nooks?
The Master Emerald wasn't able to locate Aeon. Which means either his crystal is interfering with the Master Emerald's ability to locate him, or he's in another dimension altogether. It's hard to tell considering most, if not all, of Aeon's powers come from his crystal.
Yeah, but Aeon should have a detectable life force of his own, right?
Theoretically, yes, but neither Shadow or I can sense it at the moment.
That's a pretty big deal all in itself, considering Shadow and I are adept to sensing even the most sensitive of powers. Silver as well, and none of us have been able to pick up Aeon's life force. He must be generating all his power from the crystal, and if that's the case, that's why we can't sense him.
I'll go ahead and communicate to Twilight what we know then, which is a whole lot of nothing. Communicator. Twilight, do you copy, Sugar Cube? I copy, Applejack. What's up? The Master Emerald came up empty on locating Aeon. Nux believes Aeon's crystal is the reason why we can't find him.
That makes sense. Aeon's crystal produces artificial energy. So if Aeon is running strictly off that, there's no way we're going to sense his life force. Or he's used his crystal to jump into another dimension altogether.
Yep, that's exactly what Nux told me.
Well, I knew it was a long shot, but thank you for trying and giving us an update. It's been a long couple of days. Get some rest, you two.
You two do the same, Sugar Cube. Applejack and Nux, over and out. I don't know if that I'm ready for this, Nux. What if they hate me? What if they're scared to see me?
They're family. If anything, they're going to be happier than pigs in filth to see you back, and that you're okay.
How did you ever forgive me, Nux?
Because I love you, and I know it was an evil spell that caused you to act the way you did.
The look of fear in little Apple Bloom's eyes as I was standing over her, about to crush her skull. I don't think I'll forgive myself for doing that to her.
Well, you're never going to know if you don't go in there and apologize and face what happened head on. I'll be right there beside you, holding your hoof if you need me to, or your hat.
You just love that hat, don't you? Alright, as long as I have you at my side, I should be able to face what I've done. Let's go then. Applejack and Knuckles walk back to the farmhouse. They kiss. What was that for?
For good luck, and it's been a few days since I've had a chance to kiss you like that, and I've kind of missed it.
Apple Bloom, exiting the barn, sees Applejack and Knuckles kissing again.
Applejack! Is my sister back?
I am, Sugar Cube, and I'm sorry for what I did to you yesterday. Apple Bloom, with tears in her eyes, comes running towards Applejack and embraces her tightly.
I'm so glad you're back.
Apple Bloom, you know dang well the real me.
You don't have to say nothing else. I know. We really missed you. Come on. Granny's making dinner, and I know she's going to be just as excited to see you. Oh, and Big Mac, too.
Applejack looks over at Knuckles and smiles. Knuckles gives Applejack the I told you so wink as they walk into the farmhouse.
Meanwhile, Sweetie Belle's house.
Mama, Papa, you're alive.
Not sure how it happened, but yeah, we're back, Sweetie Belle. It was Discord's magic that brought everyone and Ponyville back.
I see. Well, that explains everything. I tell you, that Discord continues to change for the better day by day. Spike, thanks for taking care of Sweetie Belle while Cookie and I were gone. It was nothing. It means everything to us, though, Spike. No matter what, we always know that Sweetie is in good hands when she's with you. I'm not sure how long we were dead for, but I'm curious to know how your school dance went.
You know, it's funny, but I don't remember much of it, considering everything we went through, and the dance was last night.
Same here. The dance seems like it happened months ago. It was a long night, to say the least, last night.
When Spike and I arrived here last night, we were shocked and horrified when we found you guys. Rarity fell under Dark Soul's control, and that only made the situation worse.
But she's okay now, isn't she?
Yeah, but I'm still not ready to talk to her yet. I haven't gotten over what she tried to do to Spike, evil spell or not.
Well, the last thing I remember was dancing in the living room with your father when we saw this bright light and then a loud boom, and that was it. What you saw in her was Sonic's power exploding. Like Rarity, he was also under Dark Swirl's evil magic and attacked Ponyville.
Thankfully, she was defeated by Shadow earlier this morning, and Discord used his magic to restore Ponyville and all the lives that were lost. Sweetie Belle was going to stay with us if you guys hadn't come back, so she would have been taken care of. Hondo and Cookie give Spike a smile.
That's why I like you so much, Spike. You always have our daughter's best interest at heart. That, and clearly, you make her happy.
Well, she does the same for me, and had gotten me through some rough times as well. I truly care and love her deeply, so you'll never have to worry about me having her best interest. I'm glad you guys are okay. Sweetie Belle needs you. I'll let you three catch up. There's something I need to do back at home.
Hold on. I'll walk you out.
Bye, Spike, and thanks again for keeping Sweetie safe out there.
Spike gives a wave and smile before being led to the door by Sweetie Belle. They exit the house. Spike holds Sweetie Belle's hoof in his hand.
Thank you for everything. I love you, Spike. And I know what you need to take care of at home. Just know I'm here if you need anything.
Thanks. Sweetie, you're not going to lose me. I promise. I care about you so much.
I trust you, Spike. And I know you have a lot to discuss with Cream. I know you love her, and you always will. But I know you love me too. You need to have this time with her, and I'll be here for you when you're ready.
Thanks, sweetie. You have no idea how much that means to me. There's still so much pain in my heart as it pertains to Cream and how she died. And having her back now, or at least seeing her again temporarily, I guess I just need that closure. I need this closure for us.
Sweetie Belle embraces Spike.
Good luck. I love you.
It's moments like this so many ponies take for granted. Yes, and today was one of those days I wished I still had my immortality. How are you feeling, Tia? You had to make a lot of controversial decisions today. Decisions that could come back to haunt you should you ever meet death. I know requesting you to use magic the way I did today isn't going to sit well with the gods, but my duty is to ensure the safety of Equestria and all those who inhabit it. Sonic would not be able to yield the element of magic if I hadn't ordered you to restore the lives that were lost. The guilt he would have carried in his soul would prevent him from doing so, and if Aeon succeeds in his plans, we will need Sonic more than ever to defeat him. Sonic was being controlled by an evil spell. It was not his own actions that left Ponyville destroyed, killing thousands of innocent lives. It wouldn't be fair to them or Sonic to leave things as they were. Speaking on the safety of Equestria, how big of a threat do you believe Aeon is? He doesn't seem like the type that wants to harm innocent lives, at least from what I've seen. Aeon harming innocent lives is irrelevant to his ultimate goal of absorbing the Triad of Power to take over Equestria. I don't believe he desires to harm the innocent, but it's impossible to tell how far he'll go once he experiences the level of power he'll gain from becoming the God of Power. We barely survived Dark Swirl, and her power is fool's play compared to what we'll face if Aeon succeeds. Do you really believe that Shadow would be helpless against him with the power he displayed today? I've never experienced it firsthand. I've only heard stories of what going up against the God of Power would be like, and personally, I don't ever want to find out. Dark Swirl clearly feared it, and Aeon has risked everything for years in pursuit of obtaining this power. As powerful as Shadow was today, I can't imagine that power would be enough to stop Aeon if he were to absorb the Triad of Power. And no one has been able to sense him since his fight with Dark Swirl earlier. We know that Aeon's crystal has the ability to rip open portals in time and space, which means he can dimension hop however he pleases, making it impossible to find him. Okay, so Aeon is potentially traveling through time portals that his crystal creates. His end goal is to absorb the Triad of Power, which means he's still in Equestria. We just have to figure out the time he traveled to. That's a good theory, however, Aeon may not be traveling through portals at all, my dear. Almost all of Aeon's powers come from that crystal of his. What if that's the reason we can't sense him? Because the power he uses is artificial, and that's why none of us or the Master Emerald can pick him up. I never thought about that, but you're right. Okay, let's play the what-if scenario that Aeon is dimensional hopping. We know he's in Equestria, but is he in the past, or did he go into the future?
As far as I'm concerned, there's no point for him to go to the future when the future stares him in the face in our timeline. If he is traveling through time here in Equestria, then I believe he's somewhere in the past. I would say at least 5 to 7 years. Okay, explain your logic. If Aeon traveled to the past, he can reunite with Sunset Shimmer, more specifically the more evil version of her. Wait, if he traveled at least 7 years into the past, then there's no pony who could stop him. Precisely, Tia. Twilight is in Canterlot serving as your apprentice. She hadn't met the girls yet, which means the elements of harmony are dormant and are still turned to stone. In fact, I would be sitting in your garden as a statue during that time. And Sonic and all the Mobians would still be on Mobius. There would be no one other than you defending Equestria, and Prince William would be nothing more than an easy prey for Aeon. So, not only would Aeon travel to the past to reunite with Sunset, but he'd go back knowing Prince William would be completely defenseless, as there were no elements of harmony, Sonic or Shadow to stand in his way. I mean, it makes complete sense, but how would we know for sure? I believe we should make a visit to Sweet Apple Acres in the morning, and ask Knuckles to communicate with the Master Emerald. I'm sure the Master Emerald would be able to tell us if any time portals have been opened up in Equestria recently. And if so, maybe the Master Emerald itself could open the identical portal that Aeon used, since it's capable of doing so. Or so I've heard. Oh, I do agree with using the Master Emerald to check on potential portals being opened. I'm not sure it's a great idea to use it to open a portal to the past. Using the Master Emerald in this manner could have severe consequences. Aeon absorbing the Triad of Power and becoming the God of Power would have even worse consequences.
Is everything all right, Shadow?
Unfortunately, no.
What's bothering you?
It's a multitude of things, actually. The first being I'm having trouble sleeping, since I'm really worried about you and the baby. And the other is our friends, and all the repercussions they have to live with. Even if Discord fixed it all with his magic, you can't erase the lasting memories that's left inside of all of us. I'm just hoping they aren't ridiculed for what happened. They can't take fault for any of this.
Shadow. This won't be easy for any of us, even though Dark Swirl was the one behind it all. But you don't have to worry about any of these things. I'm fine, and so is our child. As for our friends, every pony understands that they weren't in control of their actions. But we both know these aren't what's keeping you awake, is it?
You're right, it's not. He's out there somewhere, Twilight. Aeon.
Equestria, 7 years in the past.
Now that I've arrived in the past, I can reunite with Sunset and take over Prince William's powers, and there'll be nobody in this time to stop me.
Seriously, Rarity?
Oh, wait, Rick. I I forgot the giggles. Hee
You had one job! You had one job and you fucked that up! Well, I better get going myself. I'm sure Caper's worried sick about me.
Capper. My name is Capper.
Fuck! Well, I better get going myself. I'm sure Caper is worried sick about me.
I believe his name is Capper.
Son of a bitch, I did it again! Damn it! I keep thinking Caper! Damn it!
Thank you for everything. I love you, Spike. And I know what you need to take care of at home. Just know I'm here if you need anything.
Ow! No, 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 no. 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 Oh, I'm calling this SweetieBelle.exe. Oh, most definitely, let's do it.
I trust you, Spike. And I know you have a lot to discuss with Cream. I know you love her, and you always will. But I know you love me too. You need to have this time with her, and I'll be here for you when you're ready. That sounds like I'm a Sweetie Belle on drugs. Thanks, kids. I trust you, Spike. I know if we're not strangers to love, you know the rule, and so do I. I'm just so scared that I've lost you, Tails. And I'm sorry.
I really don't know where my emotions are right now, Fluttershy. It's not even the fact of you physically hurting me last night. It's some of the things that you said that really hurt me. I find it hard, evil spell or not, that you couldn't find an ounce of love inside you.
I'm just so scared that I've lost you, Tails, and I'm sorry.
Okay, you know.
Wow, that is truly amazing. Being resurrected from a seed? Sonic told us about some of your race's powers and how they're somewhat like guardians of the peace for the... Oh, is there a magic spell for my tongue?
Yeah, and then we'll try and figure out stuff from there. I'll be back soon.
Tails and Fluttershy leave. Hold on, so now Tails is back with you?
I'm not sure. He said he needs some time to think things over.
That's not fair. I mean, you come back and he throws Fluttershy away like she means nothing?
It's not that simple, Twilight. Fluttershy, while she was under Darkswell's control, offered to kill Tails. Twiles.